Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Boy, what a week. Anyway, let's first kick off with a few apologies. Okay, so I don't know one ball from another ball, it seems, and got confused with NBA and NFA and the other letters of the alphabet, it seems, and referred to the NBA as football, when in fact it is, of course, basketball. In my notes, which I often write in my own style of shorthand, I wrote LSH for, of course, Lady Susan Hussey. But narrating the video, I kept referring to her as Sarah Hussey. Yes, my dears, my brain sometimes goes wandering off into the blue yonder and leaves me behind to suffer the consequences. Also, while I was preparing my video, the trailer for Harry and Meghan's docu-series dropped. Well, that was it for me. I closed the book on the royals right there and then for the day. Well, what do I think about the trailer? Well, guys, I'm going to tell you what I think during the course of this video, but I quickly want to approach it from a different angle. And I know when I wake up tomorrow morning, I would have lost another 100 subscribers or gained 1,000, because you are either going to like my approach or absolutely hate it. Well, so be it. So let's carry on. Before I talk about the trailer, I want you to join me in a very short reminder of things happening in and around the royal family. We had the third reading of the Titles Act Bill, and it has been accepted that Princess Anne and Prince Edward will now be councillors of state. It is now also clearer that those who had not performed royal duties in 2 years or who do not reside in Britain permanently will not be called on to stand in for the monarch. Done and dusted, and 100% rightly so. I commend Parliament for their action. Pity those who wanted Harry removed by name did not get their wish. But so be it. It is clear enough now. And if Harry ever again wishes to perform duties as Councillor of State, he will have to return to Britain and work for at least 2 years before he can again do so. So that is great, and I am more than happy with that, and I'm sure so are many of you. However, according to an insider and spokesperson for the Harkles, Harry is not happy about it and is in fact offended by it and blames his father for it. Okay, then we have the matter of Prince Edward and the Duke of Edinburgh title. I recently had a long argument about it on another platform, and I am not going to go into all of it once again. The fact remains that the title had been earmarked for Edward. At the time of his marriage, he had the choice to accept the Duke of Cambridge title straight away or accept the lower ranking title of the Earl of Wessex and wait to inherit the Duke of Edinburgh title. At the time of his marriage, Buckingham Palace issued a statement in which it clearly stated, in so many words, that Prince Edward accepted the Earl of Wessex title but will inherit the Duke of Edinburgh title one day. This statement is indeed on your screen, or at least an excerpt from it. So there is no point in arguing with me. It is what it is, not my words or fantasy, but straight from the palace itself. Now there are stories circulating that the king will not give the title to Edward. Some say he wants to keep it for Charlotte. Others say he is keeping it for George, and others that he is keeping it for Louis. Some say it is because he is slimming the monarchy and does not want to be responsible for a separate royal household the day James Viscount Severin inherits the title from his father, which is balderdash and nonsense, and anyone falling for that story is just ignorant on how the monarchy works. But we can get into that some other day. Then we had the reports on the shooting weekend at Windsor Estate, where it appears that there was some serious strife, as the king did not approve of Princess Anne and Prince Edward joining their brother Andrew for the shooting party. And I'm told that he took personal offense when they ignored his demands and joined their sibling. And now we had the Susan Hussey debacle. And what happened? Lady Susan was swiftly disposed of after many, many years of serving the royal family, even being William's godmother. It was high and by, no reflection, no investigation, no attempt at mediation, no, nothing. The narrative, true or false or dramatized for effect, does not suit the new woke narrative. So bye. Are all the members of the royal family happy with this? The word is no. Okay, so whether we like it or not, the rift in the royal family is not just between King Charles, William, and Harry, but also between King Charles and his brothers, the one little more so than the other. And it appears as if Princess Anne is now being drawn into it. Princess Anne, who had been King Charles's biggest quiet ally in the family for many years. But more than that, I am not going to say. Then, as if the issues within the family is not enough, King Charles has also already disposed of 100 members of staff. Some had indeed become redundant, which is understandable. But among some of the staff who lost their jobs or footing in the royal household almost at the exact moment the Queen passed away, are also some of the longest serving members of the household and staff, some of the most loyal, and some of the most experienced and knowledgeable. What is not mentioned in mainstream media is that not all of these 100 or more people are happy campers. A few are indeed bitter, sad, and a little angry. Again, I'm not going to betray a confidence and mention names or specifics. One day, when it comes out in the media, I will talk about what I know now. I am mentioning all of this because we now have Harry and Meghan's documentary coming out on the 8th, and it is going to hit the royal family like a ton of bricks, while the family is already divided on numerous issues, while there is already many others upset and hurt by decisions the king made and actions he took. It is not going to hit a strong, united, supportive family. Now, I have watched the trailer just like I know many of you did, and quite honestly, I was appalled, shocked even. I don't know what I expected, whether I expected to see Meghan baking cookies and being a Stepford wife. I don't know, but I certainly did not expect this. Just judging by the trailer, I'm seeing a Hallmark movie with very cheesy actors. The acting is almost high school play style. So, for a moment or a split second after my initial shock, I thought, thank goodness it is so bad. No one will fall for this. And then it hit me. I had just watched P. Dina interviewing women coming out of the Power of Women event in Indianapolis, and those women were swooning over Meghan's wisdom, advice, and clearly some of them believed everything she said, not just at the event, but also before. They swallowed her entire victim narrative, hook, line, and sinker, and I do not blame them. Most of them likely did not even think of the royal family, or maybe did not know anything more than England had a queen. And maybe some of them knew a bit about Diana, but that is it until Meghan came along. But these ladies are American to boot, so they have even more of an excuse. But you will be shocked to learn that there are British people who are not much different. I saw journalists interviewing young people in Britain during the Queen's funeral and them saying, "Oh, it's sad for her family and all, but it has nothing to do with us. We are just carrying on with our day-to-day lives." I had a recent back and forth with what I assume to be a youngish lady who honestly did not know the names of all the Queen's children, grandchildren, or great grandchildren. She basically knew Charles, William, and Catherine, and that was about it. And then she called Catherine Kate to boot. Yet she argued a royal issue with me. Okay, so enough said. We are judging people according to our own knowledge on the royal family. And the fact is that many, if not most people around the world, have no clue, no idea what the role of a working royal is, no clue of the history of the monarchy, nothing. Their opinions are formed and based on what they read in gossip magazines and what they see on television. And then when it comes to television, they choose the more entertaining and salacious stuff based on what I saw in the trailer and based on what I heard on Meghan's podcast. I think this docu-series is going to hit the royal family hard. I think it's going to hit the British people and British press hard. I think it's going to shock us, even though we, those of us who do know better and who do recognize Meghan's bad acting, think we are prepared for it. I don't think we are. I believe this docu-series will be the first nail into the coffin, and Harry's book will hammer in the rest. I had another disagreement with someone on Instagram via DM about this, as according to her, my fear is unfounded, as she believes the monarchy and Commonwealth is strong. And New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and South Africa, yes, she did not know I was South African, would remain loyal to the Crown and the Commonwealth. Unfortunately, I could only argue with her up to a point because I cannot publicly always say or share everything I hear or know. A while ago, I had what I would refer to as an incident where something was semi shared with me before the communication was shut down. I did not get enough to even formulate an opinion, but by coincidence, I happened to come across something which triggered a memory of something this person said to me, and it led me to go digging into books and articles to verify dates and names, etc. And to be quite honest with you, I'm still busy with it and working on it. But if if Harry is brave enough to put this in his book, it will be something the king will not recover from. Added to that, the fact that Meghan's delusion and hatred is so driven that England and the king is not big enough, not wide enough for her, she will come for the Commonwealth. They will sow that seed of anger, bitterness, and divisiveness throughout the United States, Britain, and the Commonwealth. I have warned you and Kensington Palace via a letter against this. I may not know the specifics or the finer details of this docu-series and the book, but I have a very good basic idea of what was to come, and no one would listen. Now it is here, and I truly fear that the monarchy, or at least the king, will not have the strength to hold up against the onslaught. At the moment, I feel extremely sorry for William and Catherine, who are trying their best not to put a foot wrong and carry on regardless of the onslaught, which they know is coming. Okay, my dears, this particular video gave me absolutely no pleasure, but I hope and pray that next time I speak to you, I can bring you something more uplifting and more joyful. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.